everybody, Hobo4Craft aka Mr. Hobo here, and I'm going to have a little bit of a different cast today. This replay is actually going to be brought to you by the subreddit Cast It of reddit.com. If you all don't know what reddit.com is, you need to get out of your internet rock and start living it up. Basically what reddit.com is, it is an internet site with all the different topics of discussion you could think of, including StarCraft. And this particular replay was in our Cast It. Basically, players of all different levels submit their replays on a thread, and casters like me go ahead and cast them, so both people win. The casters get a little bit of recognition and the players get to see their games casted. So if you guys want any of your replays casted, that is the place to go. I will leave a link in the description below. But let's get to the actual replay. We are going to have iMEscapePaP, who is going to be the blue Protoss here, and he will be playing Hitbox. You guys probably know him as Startail Rainbow, and this is one of his Euro Smurf accounts. Well, I shouldn't say Smurf, just one of his Euro accounts. And basically this is a Euro Playham, just one of those daily tournaments. So it looks like he's going for a pretty standard start. He has that barracks down at about 14, followed up with a refinery. And our Protoss player over here looks like he's going to go for a Nexus first. Yeah, he has that 400 minerals saved up. And that's exactly what he's going to do. You know, this map is large enough to be able to get away with something like that. But I feel if Rainbow here, if he goes and scouts that early enough, he might be the type of player who would like to try to punch that. And you know, nothing's really going to get past him. He is a very skilled player. If you guys watch him on his stream, he's so good that he just makes other people look foolish all the time. We do have that gateway going down, followed up with a gas. We could get a really safe build going here from Escape. He might even put a forge down with a little bit of a wall. That would be the extremely safe thing to do, but I have a feeling he's just going to go for that cyber core, maybe get some sentries out, maybe a stalker, and start scouting for his own. We have that orbital command up. And you know, the economy for Rainbow is probably going to just be about the same as we can see here. It's actually going to be passing that of Escape, because Escape had to throw down that expansion, which really took a hit, but we also have those mules. So you know, if Escape can't really make the best of this pretty soon, early on when he first gets it up and start getting it saturated, well, he's going to fall pretty far behind. Oh, that's a little bit of a tongue twister. So if Rainbow can hit that key timing, where it's really awkward for Escape, he might be able to do a lot of damage. But Escape actually is not scouted right now. But you know, the thing is, he doesn't know that Rainbow is actually dropping a factory inside of his base. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Rainbow really likes to do a lot of absurd things. Well, this isn't too absurd. I mean, this is a Korean style. It allows you to scout, maybe even pick off a couple units. What I'm interested to see is if he's just going to rally and go for it right away, or maybe keep a couple Hellions tucked away. It looks like he will not do that. We have a little bit of a defense here, but this is kind of risky. Okay, there we go. We have a stalker, because Zealots can get kited by a number of Marines and Marauders. So that's not too safe. We do have that gas that was for this factory, obviously. And, oh, there goes down one probe. Can we get two? That is two. That's actually huge. There goes to possibly three. And it looks like it will get away. Regenerate shield. And this Hellion is actually doing a good amount of damage. Oh, and we have another Hellion coming into the main. And we're going to have to go to the units lost tab here. And we already have 5 probes down. That's actually so huge at this point in the game. This geyser was, I think, canceled. And it's down. And in the meantime, we have kiting going on of these Zealots. It looks like one Zealot was taken down and 3 Marines. So just a really nice harass, throw and escape all over the place, not letting him get comfortable. In the meantime, threw down an expansion of his own. Reacted perfectly. The only thing I don't like is that Rainbow actually didn't even scout that. So if Escape had been going for like a 4 gate, some kind of all-in, then I don't know. The Rainbow just would have been out of luck, I guess. So I think he really threw his cards into the table with this one. And oh, nice surround on the Hellion right there for Escape. Very good play. Get rid of that pesky Hellion. Deny the rest of the scouting. That would be possible. But yeah, Rainbow kind of in the dark there. If his opponent had gone for an all-in or something of that sort, you know, he would have been out of luck. However, I think that his experience had told him, you know what, this map is really popular for expand first. Protosses tend to like this build and XYZ, so that's probably what he did. You know, he is a really experienced player, very talented. So, in Escape, obviously giving him a little bit of a run for his money. We can see that supply differential or difference, and that's definitely just going to be from that army supply. I mean, the income is just about the same. Harvester's definitely in favor for Escape, who got his economy, you know, boost started a lot more quickly. Almost took out that bunker, but no such luck. And he's going to smartly back away. He doesn't want to get caught with concussive shells and possibly a stim. That would be a really ugly situation. Of course, that's not coming for a while, but he's not too sure what kind of tech, you know, his opponent went for this early on. Just warping in some more zealots, dumping a little minerals. And, you know, we're just going to have to see a higher tech from Escape. If he went for another expansion, that would be so risky just because of drops and, you know, the mobile army of his opponent. In this situation, when he sees that his opponent has the amount of units that he does, I don't know if he's scouted the, you know, the actual tech. We can see his vision. No, he hasn't, so that's another reason. Oh, he is going for an expansion. I mean, if he's going to have to deal with these drops, and look at all these production facilities that we have. I'm sure a couple of these will have reactors as well. This is a lot of units that's going to be pumped out once this is fully saturated. So he's going to be in a lot of pressure if Rainbow reacts correctly, and looks like he just might. So, I mean, I think the expansion is necessary, just not at this time. It's a little early. Then again, he might have had the minerals to just dump into it, but maybe more production buildings would have been in order. Looks like he is getting out those Colossi with that extended thermal lance. Such an important upgrade. Do not ever forget that upgrade. It's so important. Because it allows your Colossi to sit safely behind your Stalkers, behind force fields, and get such good positioning. It's huge. And we are just getting vision of this drop. That's why you need an observer so much earlier to be able to scout around in these areas. And oh, I think 3 Stalkers have gone down so far. That is no bueno. And it looks like a couple Zealots as well, but really no economic damage. And in that regard, Escape is alright, but Rainbow needs to get out of here pretty soon, or else he might suffer the loss of one of these full medevacs. Looks like no. He will be safe for now, but just so much mining time gone. And then we get the scan to reveal all. He does see that Colossus, which I think might have been tried to be hidden by Escape. So, I think, you know, Hitbox or Rainbow here kind of senses, you know, something's not right. He should have more units. Maybe he went for an expansion. I'm going to try to take advantage of this situation. He's going to be knocking down these rocks. In the least, he wants to be very aggressive. You can see he's putting up a ton of supply depots. He's going to be streaming a lot of units. And he does have level 1 4 armor just coming in. He already has +1 attack. His opponent has no upgrades. A little disappointing, but the way his tech tree works, it's pretty understandable. And now he's you know he's going to be really spread out, and now he's going to be caught out of position because of his expansions, which is obviously not what he wants. But oh no, Rainbow compromising all of his medevacs. What are you doing? No, Rainbow just lost so many of his medevacs, and those are obviously really important. Lost about, wow, a quarter of his army just to force fields. Well done by Escape. You know, got him at a good position. Rainbow thought he could come up here and be, you know, really aggressive, but it was a bad position. Now we're getting 2 forges and 3 more gateways added on here. And if Escape can just, you know, draw this out a little bit, he's going to be in such good shape because of this Nexus, which, you know, Rainbow just really neglected to punish. I don't think he's been scouting very well. We have 4 Colossi right now. 3 Vikings is not going to be enough. He's going to want at least around 8. It takes 11 Viking shots to take down 1 Colossus. So if he can get around that 2 volley, you know, 6 to 8 is going to be really the ideal, because you lose a couple really quickly. So if he can get his Viking count up, I don't know, but you know, the Colossi count is just, it's pretty big, and it's only increasing as Escape is continuing to get more, obviously. Now, one thing that would be really awesome to see is if he threw down a Twilight Council, yeah, and if he starts to get charged, and if or when all of his Colossi die, just switch to Mass Zealot. So effective, and it is pretty common on Korean servers actually, because your opponent gets so many Vikings and your Colossi are dead, and he thinks you might be going for more, but really you're just massing Zealot. So that's a really popular strategy. But it looks like we're going to have that Guardian Shield thrown down. A nice concave from Rainbow here. It looks like the Colossi are zapping all over the place. Their AoE damage is just massive, and I think Escape is going to be taking this battle. He will take the middle, and Rainbow's going to have to run away with only Marauders left. What a great push there from Escape. Wow. And Rainbow's really just, he's on his back foot now. It looks like we're going to have him throwing up his second expansion. That's been up for a little bit. And we're getting Blink, actually. And this isn't, I don't know if this is the best idea just because of the Marauder count. Obviously quite high. But at the same time, we do have that AoE damage from the Colossi, and the mobility of the Blink Stalkers is always a good thing to have. So, especially in these situations when your opponent is going to be dropping all over the place. Which also I think it might be a little other thing that Rainbow has neglected to do frequently. We do have a little bit of a defense right here. I don't know if it's going to be enough against these 3 medevacs, and a very fast response. Getting that blink, targeting down those medevacs, but it looks like this will definitely be too much. We do have a Colossus over here too. Will Rainbow take it down? I think he might go for it. Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to take that down, but a nice block from Escape. Even microing his warp-ins, but oh, a Colossus is lost. I think that might even be worth it. I don't know, he did lose about 9 Marauders, but at the same time, we had this expansion going down. Absolutely no hope for it. You know, Rainbow getting a little bit cocky there. Sending 3 medevacs is a lot, and oh, he's going to pick off one of those Vikings with some nice positioning. Or excuse me, one of those Colossi. We do have 1-1 upgrades now. Those double forges really coming into play. It looks like all these are just going to keep mining. Rainbow really needs to get a lot more Marines and Vikings into his play. Marauders are good versus Stalkers. But Zealots will tear them apart, and that's where his weakness lie. And he really needs just a lot of Marines to be able to deal with Vikings. Or every time I see Vikings, I say Vikings. Deal with Zealots. But oh no, his Vikings are so vulnerable. But oh, he just blinks right into the army. And it looks like he's going to try to get some storms and some force fields going down here. We're anticipating we have a nice wall right here. We could get a couple of storms, and there goes one great storm. And it looks like all the Colossi are down. And Escape is just going to try to push in brute strength, but it's not working. He only has Stalkers against all of these Marauders. All those Colossi went down so quickly. He didn't even have that many Vikings. I think Escape was a little maybe caught off guard. I don't know. He had the Zell Naga Tower. I think he was just trying to get all of his storms and force fields off, but he put too much emphasis on that, forgot about his Colossi, didn't focus fire down the Vikings, which is huge. So I don't know. He's going to be in a little bit of a rut. If I were him, I'd just be massing those Zealots right now. I think that is what he's doing. He's also going for Storm. Definitely a reasonable choice. Storm's always good against Bio. But, you know, I think all he has to do is hold. Oh, wow. We had some DTs and some Zealots coming in here. In the meantime, I neglected to look at that. I don't know if they did much damage. Let's check the kill count. 2, 0, and another one was killed. So a couple of kills. Not bad harassment. Forces his opponent to keep some supply at his base, and it looks like we're just gonna have that stim up, all these medevacs healing at once. It looks like we're gonna have a nice blink so his Zealots can get in position. A nice storm that was dodged, and it looks like the Zealots will be disintegrating, but a nice storm connecting twice, and it looks like Rainbow is just wearing down here. We have Escape, who is on 4 bases, 4 fully saturated bases, except for his main, obviously, which is mined out. But Escape just looking so strong at this point. Taking this expansion earlier definitely paid off, and Rainbow's really feeling the after effects from this. Has a Colossi, 2 Colossi, and has an Archon out as well. It looks like so much of his army just died at once. This AoE damage is sick, especially with a level 3 attack, and these Stalkers are just coming in, having some nice blink micro, and just getting into, you know what, that was definitely a really good game from Escape.